Greetings, YouTube. Happy Monday. It is time to review and kind of set, in terms of both grades and priority, the new list of 5-star dungeon crystals that just hit the contest. I have done a separate video for 4-star dungeon crystals, and I'm not opposed to it, though I always give the caveat that if you are close at all with like 15, 16 5-star champions and you have the ability to go from the 4-star to the 5-star, it's better to hoard those dungeon artifacts than it is to actually spend your dungeon artifacts on 4-star crystals. I have to also note that dungeon artifacts are one of the rare things that have no overflow. So once you get past the, like 55k or so that are in your inventory max, you just lose them. We had one person find it out the hard way. They messaged me that they filed a help ticket. They did not get a response. They just said, sorry, you need to use your dungeon artifacts or not do dungeons until you spend them. So that is a lesson learned. I have not looked at these before because I always love my first impression of these to be what your first impression is. And we are starting with the Chaos Crystal 27,000 dungeon artifacts. We're going to talk about whether or not this is a game-changing champion, a average to whatever champion, and a trash champion. Void, game-changing awaken. Hood, solid. Emma Frost, very solid. Sabretooth, solid. Ronin, I'm guessing this is the old Ronin. Black Widow, awaken, fine. Civil Warrior, trash. Vulture, trash. Spider-Man, symbiote, for the sake of this, trash. Groot, trash. So the last four are really bad. Ronin, I guess, assuming it's the old Ronin. This one, you've got Void, and Void needs to be awakened. Emma Frost and Sabretooth are certainly valuable assets of this too, and so is the Hood. But in general, it's definitely not the best. I'm going to say that this crystal gets a low B, right above a B-. If a B- was an 82, I'm going to give the Chaos Crystal a grade of an 83. It needs one more top-tier champion in it for it to be tempting, but it doesn't have that. Let's see how much of a nightmare this crystal is. Corvus, game-changing champion, does not need to be awakened. Luke Cage, very good. Mordo, Mephisto, solid. Mr. Sinister, better for defense. Magneto, trash. Falcon, trash. Elektra, for the sake of this, trash. Iron Man, OG, trash. Punisher 2099, trash. Ooh. This is the Corvus Luke Cage crystal. Now, I have not duped my 5-star Corvus since I pulled him accidentally in the wrong crystal that Kabam gave me on July 4th of 2018. But would I spend 27,000 dungeon artifacts to try to get a 10% drop rate on a 5-star Corvus since I already have him? No. I'm going to give this about the same grade as the first one. I'm also going to give this an 83 because, hey, you've got Corvus, but you've also got a lot of trash in there, particularly in what Mama Bear likes to say is the back half. All right, now we're going to go to the Genesis Crystal. What shall be last shall be first, but first is actually third. Spider-Man Stark Enhanced, game-changing champion. Oh, Venom, amazing. Human Torch, okay. Between Starky, Venom, and Human Torch, this is already the best crystal we looked at. 5-star Electro, awesome. But Guillotine, I think, is very solid. Now, Electro's awesome because he is a trophy champ, better for defense than offense, but you can't pull him from the 5-star basic. Guillotine, very solid. Doctor Strange, also a trophy champ, though but neuter to the ground. Psylocke is trash for the sake of this crystal argument. Cyclops, trash. Kingpin, trash. Karnak, trash. All right. This is for sure a better crystal. I am expecting Miss Katie Candy, my dungeon buddy. Miss Katie Candy, I will be telling you, go for the Genesis crystal. You still don't have Stark Spidey. I don't know if you have Venom either. I don't think you have him awakened. He's like me. Venom and Human Torch, I need them awakened. This is somewhat tempting. It's also tempting because I always like new 5-star champions, and I don't have Electro or Doctor Strange because I haven't gone for the featured crystal. There's some trash here, obviously. Cyclops, Kingpin, and Karnak. But I'm going to give this an 89. This is the best crystal we have seen so far in the 5-star dungeons, and it makes me thankful to review it. Now let's go to the Evolution Crystal. Iceman, very good. Nick Fury, ooh, very good. I need my Nick Fury awakened. Star-Lord, awesome. Darkhawk, awesome. Okay, Iceman, Nick Fury, Star-Lord, and Darkhawk. 4 champions that are fantastic to start it off, but you know the trash is coming. Phoenix, trash. Angela, very solid. Miles Morales trash, Rhino trash, Juggernaut trash, Thor Jane Foster, Lord help me trash. Okay, so half this crystal is trash, half of it is very solid. Angela being the worst of the 5, but Angela's still very good. If you don't have Nick Fury Awakened, or Star-Lord Awakened, or Darkhawk Awakened, Iceman, you don't really need Awakened, but it still helps. This is also a B+. If there was like one of the Rhinos or Juggernauts or Thor Jane Foster that was replaced with somebody that was a little less memeish, I would be inspired to give this a better grade. But at the same time, it is it's still a B+. So we clearly have 2 lower tier and 2 upper tier crystals looking at the 5 stars. All right, we are just going through this. We only have 2 more to talk about. Blade, amazing, game-changing. Sentinel, very good. Prox Midnight, overrated, but fine. Annihilus, solid for defense, needs the beta for offense. Hulk, solid. Ant-Man meme. Dormammu, solid. Loki meme. Colossus, much better than he used to be, but still not top tier. Gambit, trash. Okay, this is the Blade Crystal. This does not have the same ceiling that the others do, but I also think it's better than the first 2, so I'm going to put this in between the first 2 and the second 2. I'm going to give this just a middle B. I'm going to give this an 85 grade. If you don't have Blade and you really, really want Blade, you got to go for this crystal. But besides that, Sentinel, Prox Midnight, Hulk, Dormammu, good, quote-unquote, misses. Colossus is even a good miss now. But it just needs one more top-tier champ. As you put like Blade and Omega Red in this, it would have been done, son. But unfortunately, that is not the case. So we are moving on. Now we have the 5-star Death Crystal. Voodoo, very good. Havoc, very good. Gwenpool, very good. Massacre, very good. Ultron, very good. Green Goblin, for the sake of this is meme. Venom the Duck, very good. Ronan. I think that's not Ronin. That's Ronan. I'm just going to have to look at this. If that's the old Ronin, this is where I'm finally having to remember which one's the I, which one's the A. Century, trash. Abomination, even though he's a featured champion, trash. Okay, this doesn't have the ceiling that the others do, but it's also the safest. Like, there are no A pluses in this, but there are a lot of Bs to B pluses, even a couple A minuses. Havoc, I would argue, is an A minus, and so is Venom the Duck. So I think this is another solid 83 to 85. It doesn't have the Omega Red ceiling, but it doesn't have the floor that others have too. So let's just remind ourselves of which Ronin is which, so people can just laugh at me during this opening, because okay, Ronin is Ronin. Okay, so I think I got that right. Maybe. Let's go back to the dungeons and test this. So that means that this IN Ronin, the new one, he is in this crystal. Okay. So the new one is in Chaos, and the old Ronin is in the Death Crystal. It can be kind of confusing. So the bigger question, which we have to talk about now since the dungeons has evolved, are any of these better for the value than 22,000? 22,000 is 5,000 less dungeon artifacts than the price tag for any of these 5 stars. And that is over a full day worth of dungeon grinding milestones. I personally think that it all depends on if you need, for this one, I would say 2 or 3 of these. Dr. Voodoo Awakened, Havoc in general, Massacre, Gwenpool, Ultron, Venom the Duck. If you need 2 or more of those, it's worth it. No. If you have Blade, flat out, this is not worth it. Unless you need Blade Awaken. If you have Blade Awaken, it's not worth it. Otherwise, it is. For this one, I think this one is probably my favorite crystal. I'm excited also that it has 2 champions that I can get max Sig crystals on in Iceman and Star-Lord. I'm going to say if you need at least one of these top champions, this is worth it. Evolution Crystal, I'm actually going to bump this up to a 90. Now that I've seen everything, I think the Evolution's my favorite for this round. And keep in mind, it's 84 days worth. So these things are going to be around for a while. Genesis Crystal, if you need Stark Spidey, Venom, and or Human Torch. Nightmare, it's all going to be about Corvus and Luke Cage. And then the Chaos, really it's about Void. So, I think there isn't like a total trash crystal, but there also isn't like last time where it's just the obvious, oh my gosh, you can get like Omega Red, another top champion. I do think that the Evolution Crystal gets my highest grade of a 90. The rest get some version of a B- to B to B+. Do you agree, disagree? What will you be going for in Dungeons, assuming you do Dungeons at all? Comment below, let me know. And as always, thanks for watching and supporting my Marvel Contest of Champions YouTube channel. Have a great Monday.